Good morning, friends, and welcome to the Fall 2023 Garden Tour. It's a beautiful fall day here in southern Pennsylvania, Zone 6B, and I thought it would be a wonderful time to take a walk around all the gardens and really focus in on the beautiful fall color. Let's take a close look at all the shrubs, trees, and perennials as they transition into their beautiful fall tones. So why not start right here in the main flower walk? If you see this multi-stemmed serviceberry tree, the leaves have now turned a stunning bright orange color. I believe this is an autumn brilliance serviceberry. Some serviceberries turn orange in the fall and some turn red. And this is kind of a small tree or large shrub. You can get single trunk, you can get multi-trunk. It has beautiful white blooms in the spring, wonderful berries in June, and in the fall, just absolutely gorgeous orange or red foliage. You've probably seen this shrub in my garden often. This is a summer wine ninebark, and it starts out a beautiful deep purple color. It blooms in May, beautiful dainty small pink blooms, and then in the fall it turns from purple to a vibrant crimson. I just love using it in flower arrangements. It leaves behind these wonderful seed pods, and I think it's really just the perfect shrub for fall and an underutilized shrub in my personal opinion. And I really feel like the orange serviceberry leaves and the purple ninebark leaves just look beautiful together. Down from that, I have some lovely evergreen shrubs. I have a sprinter boxwood and also a gold splash euonymus. Right next to that, I have some purple dream heuchera, which is backed up by some catmint. And another shrub that I love for fall color is the limelight hydrangea. The leaves of limelight turn a beautiful, just pure yellow in the fall before falling to the ground. It's really wonderful to have some yellow fall foliage in the main flower walk. Right next to limelight, we have a brugmansia in bloom. But speaking of yellow, I think I could do a better job of adding yellow fall foliage to the main flower walk. Later on, over by the stone rug, you'll see some amsonia, which is glowing this gorgeous gold hue. And I think we need to add some of that or something similar into the main flower walk to capitalize on that yellow fall color. What's bringing us color here in the main flower walk at the moment is a few seed dahlias that remain. These are all Saving Grace's seedlings in this area. You can see I have my ladybug trolley running at the moment, and I'm really excited to expand this railroad garden very soon. I really want to do it up big time for Christmas. Over here on the right side of my border, I really like the fall color and all the different textures that are going on. I have a prairie fire crabapple, which has dropped all its leaves at this point in the growing season. Next to that, ginger wine ninebark, backed up by a golden hinoki cypress. We have an elephant ear tucked into the background, and you'll see many limelights as we walk through my gardens. The Japanese cedar hides the view of the hydrangea room, and I'll wait to show you that garden. You can see that I have cut back some of my smooth hydrangeas, and that's because I've already planted a lot of daffodils in the main flower walk, and I really wanted to get as close to the root zone of these shrubs as possible so that we can really get an elaborate spring show. I think this might be my favorite area in terms of fall foliage this year. There are so many different colors and textures going on in this area. The tree right there on the right-hand side of your screen is a Japanese stewartia. It's very young at the moment, but in time it will get bigger. It gets beautiful silver bark and it turns that great orange color. In the background, we have a burning bush, which just screams red at the moment. Below that, we have a Gatsby Gal hydrangea. That's an oak leaf hydrangea. It turns this beautiful eggplant purple before eventually fading to crimson red. There's some evergreens in the back. And right there is where you can see that amsonia that's turned that wonderful yellow color. Down below, we have lamb's ear. And as we move along, you'll see some sage here. This limelight is underplanted with variegated sage as a ground cover. In the left corner of your screen, you can see that Solomon seal has now turned a beautiful clear yellow. And over here we have one of my favorite shrubs for fall color. This is a blue shadow fothergilla, and it really looks like a summer sunset. Oranges, reds, eggplant purple, dusty blue, so many colors from just one shrub. I highly recommend it. Although, as I've been saying for many years now, it doesn't ever seem to grow at all. But I really just love the color and the texture in this area. And here's how the hydrangea room connects to this garden. There's another burning bush on the right-hand side of your screen, and the yellow tree in the far background is a pawpaw tree. That tree turns yellow in the fall. And we do have a cherry tree that turns orange back there, but it's already lost its leaves. Now I've been pulling all of the annuals out of the raised bed gardens and planting tons of tulips and daffodils for cutting and selling. We're doing 6 beds of tulips and 2 beds of daffodils this year. But still in bloom this late in the season, it's currently the last day of October, is this gorgeous cup and saucer vine. I love growing this vine from seed every year. It brings so much beauty to the late summer and fall garden. I just don't think you can beat it. It's an okay cut flower, but mainly I just like to enjoy it out here in the garden. It starts out really light green, turns to light purple, before eventually going to this deep, deep purple. And here it is, mixed in with all my seed dahlias. The nasturtiums are still going strong, but mainly everything else has been pulled out of these back raised beds. We have a little bit of straw flower left, and you can see that the cup and saucer vine has made its way from one trellis to another. Here's a view from back behind the Coosa dogwood. I haven't done much in the hydrangea annex this year, so hopefully we can get to that next year, but once again I did put in a lot more daffodils into that area. And speaking of a lot more daffodils, as we head over to the hydrangea room, you'll see that I've decided to cut back a lot of my hydrangeas so that I have all the room necessary to add in lots of daffodils. I came in with, I think it was about 450 double daffodils. I added in 100 more summer snowflakes and a small amount of white tulips. So my hope for this garden moving forward is that it really takes care of itself during every growing season. And by planting more of less, by really limiting my plant palette and planting a lot of the same plant, I'm hoping for a beautiful display non-stop from February all the way until basically late October. So in late winter, we'll have this beautiful display of green hellebores, followed by tulips and daffodils. Then we'll have our alliums, bearded iris, feverfew, and foxglove. By that point, we'll be in June, and all of these smooth hydrangeas will start to bloom, followed by the panicle hydrangeas. And then I want to finish up the season with some Japanese anemones, which I did add into the garden recently, and I'm sorry I did not film that. but that's basically the succession of blooms that I want for this area. And I really want the hydrangea room to be a low maintenance garden and to really limit my high maintenance gardens to the main flower walk and the raised beds, which I use primarily for cutting and selling. But I just love having Hummingbird Way. It's such a blessing, and all the fall colors everywhere just make me so happy. Now over here in the driveway garden, the Coosa dogwood is turning a beautiful orange color. We have that invincible spirit hedge, which has started to turn a lovely yellow color. It is backed up by a very small immature yew hedge, but eventually imagine a wall of evergreen behind those beautiful invincible spirit 2 hydrangeas. I've added in some more evergreen interest with these boxwoods, and I think I want to amp up my evergreen interest in this garden in future years. Now there's not a lot, if anything, in bloom in this garden this time of year, but we do have lots of foxgloves to look forward to. This area fills up with tons of gladiator alliums. There are some noteworthy shrubs in this area. Here we have Pearl Glam Beautyberry, and behind that I do have an abelia, which I absolutely love for cutting. It gets these beautiful blooms in the fall, turns a wonderful crimson color, really an underutilized shrub. I just love it so much. It can even last out of water in terms of using it as a cut flower. But a lot of things in this garden are really fading away at the moment. Well, friends, thanks so much for joining me for this walk around my fall gardens. I'll see you sometime real soon for lots more bulb planting, dividing perennials, digging and storing dahlias, and doing lots of those fall garden maintenance chores that need to be done this time of year. I want to wish you a wonderful day and, of course, happy gardening. Bye.